The village of Willow Creek was a quiet place, nestled between rolling hills and a whispering forest. It was the kind of place where time seemed to move slower. The villagers were simple folk. They worked the land, raised their families, and found comfort in familiar routines. Into this tranquil world Anya was born. She was a child unlike any other. Her beauty was extraordinary. It was the kind of beauty that poets wrote about. Anya had long flowing hair as dark as a raven's wing. Her skin was like porcelain, flawless and pale. But it was her eyes that held everyone captive. They were the color of molten amber. They seemed to flicker and dance with ancient secrets. Anya grew up loved by the villagers. They saw her beauty as a gift. But even as a child, she carried an air of melancholy. She would often wander off alone. She preferred the company of the whispering trees and the babbling brook to that of other children. There was a depth to her gaze that belied her tender years. It was as if she were carrying the weight of the world on her small shoulders. Anya was different, and deep down she knew it. As Anya grew older, strange things began to happen. She would have vivid dreams. They were not the typical dreams of a young girl. These were nightmares filled with fire and brimstone. She saw swirling vortexes of darkness and heard the tormented screams of souls in anguish. Anya would wake up in a cold sweat. Her heart pounded in her chest. She couldn't shake the feeling that these dreams were more than just figments of her imagination. They felt like memories. Memories of a life she had lived before. During her waking hours, Anya found herself drawn to the flames of the hearth. She would stare into the dancing flames for hours. They held a strange allure. The heat felt familiar, comforting. Sometimes she would hear whispers in the crackling fire. They were faint, almost indiscernible, but they spoke of power and dominion. They whispered a name, Asmodeus. The name sent shivers down her spine. She didn't understand why, but it felt significant. It felt like a part of her that was buried deep within. One day, a traveler arrived in Willow Creek. His name was Eldrick, and he was a sorcerer. He had traveled far and wide, seeking knowledge and wielding magic both wondrous and terrible. Eldrick sensed something different about Anya. He saw the extraordinary beauty, yes, but he also saw something else in her eyes. He saw a power that was both ancient and dangerous. He decided to stay in the village for a while. He felt drawn to Anya. He wanted to learn more about her. Eldrick approached Anya one day as she sat by the river. He told her stories of his travels. He spoke of distant lands and magical creatures. Anya listened intently. She had always been drawn to stories of the unknown. Eldrick sensed that the time was right. He revealed to Anya his true purpose. He told her he was aware of her true nature. He knew that she was not just a simple village girl. Anya listened, her amber eyes wide with a mixture of fear and fascination. Eldrick's words confirmed her deepest fears. "You are Asmodeus," Eldrick said, his voice a low murmur. "The devil of lust reincarnated." Anya recoiled as if struck. The name hit her like a physical blow. Asmodeus, the whispers in the fire, the nightmares that haunted her. It all made sense now. Memories flooded back. She remembered the infernal realm. She remembered the intoxicating power she wielded. She remembered the countless souls she had tempted and corrupted. Anya was horrified. She was disgusted. How could she be the embodiment of such a powerful and destructive force? The weight of her past sins crashed down on Anya. She felt the enormity of her actions, the pain she had inflicted, the chaos she had sown. Anya wanted to deny it. She wanted to believe that Eldrick was wrong, but deep down she knew the truth. She could feel the demonic essence stirring within her. It was a part of her, a terrifying and seductive part of her.